Beautiful day, divine beings. How are you guys? I'm starting the video over because it was a lot of noise, so we're just going to start over. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm January Blue. Welcome. To those that are coming back and you have been with me either from the beginning or at some point in me creating this channel, welcome back. I am grateful and thankful for all of you and your existence. Very grateful for your existence. You all have a purpose. You all are loved and you all are absolutely amazing. If no one has told you that today, I will be the first. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the topic today because I wanted to talk about the axis of destiny. And yesterday I was talking about the north and the south nodes and how the south node is basically essentially just you shedding the old version of yourself and you are becoming a new version of yourself so that you can travel toward your north node. What is your north node? Your north node is your purpose, the very reason why you were brought here and created. So that is going to be your north node, your purpose in life. And many people are struggling with this transition because they don't know what their purpose is. Many don't even know that they have a purpose. They just think that they're, are here just existing. And some individuals' purposes are not as extravagant. Once they do learn what they are, they're not as extravagant as they probably would like to have thought that they would be, so they don't really consider them to be a purpose at all. But we all have a purpose, no matter the extent of it, okay? We all have a purpose, good or bad. Good or bad, we all have a purpose. So when in the community, the spiritual community, when there are complaints about those that are on, demon time, unfortunately, that is that person's purpose, is to be on demon time and to antagonize you or to antagonize me. That is their purpose. So we all have a purpose, okay? But hi guys, again, I'm January Blue. Welcome to my channel, the Healing House of January Blue, where we discuss here all things healing. And so there may be some things that I talk about, some subjects that I bring about that you may say, well, how does that tie into healing? It does. It all ties into healing. It all connects one way or another. And I try to make sure I explain why I go into certain things when I go into them. Because 242 is I'm saying this. As we're talking about south and north nodes specifically, that requires for an individual to do a lot of healing work, if you so choose to, because we all have free will. If you so choose to do your healing work, or some may call it shadow work, it requires a lot of you, and it requires you to really dig deep and to get down to the reasons as to why you may be stuck, stagnant, repeating the same cycles, going around in that hamster wheel over and over and over. I mean, you're just seeing the same shit over and over, day in, day out. And it's like you can pull yourself out of that. That doesn't have to be how your life ends. And that doesn't have to be how the majority of your life plays out. You have the power to change it. And that's why I saw 242, because 242 talks about our power as spiritual beings. We have so much power, more than we would ever know, more than we could ever know, more than we probably would ever even learn or take advantage of in this lifetime. We are so powerful. But I'm going to go ahead. I wanted to talk about the and see, when we are doing our healing work, I'm digressing, I'm kind of going all over the place. That's just me. Because there's so much I want to talk about, and I'm so passionate about what I speak about. As we are doing our healing work, as we heal, if we choose to, that allows us to navigate from our south node, which is shedding the old version of ourselves, like our old habits, old cycles, in dealing with the karmic side of things, the unhealthy habits, so to speak. As you are doing your healing work, you tend to navigate from that because you evolve. So what you do is you evolve and you navigate towards your north node, and your north node is essentially your purpose, the reason why you were brought here, why you were created. And we all have a purpose. No matter the extent of the purpose, we all have a purpose. So when I hear in the spiritual community which I am a part of, being that I'm a spiritual being. We all are having a human experience. And I hear the complaint a lot. Well, this person is doing this, they're doing that, and they're not really doing something that is, healthy. They're antagonizing you. They're on demon time or whatever. They're behaving in this way, they're behaving in that way. And guess what? That is their purpose, to antagonize you, to antagonize me. But we can overcome that by developing a way of being able to handle that. And you're antagonized by these individuals or individual for a reason. So they have their purpose. And their purpose is to get you to see something, to learn something. That's the purpose right there. Their purpose is to, in their job, because their purpose is to be the antagonizer, right? Their job is to get you to see something that you need to learn, that you need to heal about yourself. And they're going to stop at nothing until you learn what you need to learn, see what you need to see. That's how this whole thing works. And once you learn that and understand that that is their job, in order to get you to evolve, then you're just like, okay. After a while, you're like, okay, I can handle this. They're here for a reason. What are they trying to show me? What are they needing me to see? What am I needing to heal? And then once you get it and you heal it, you're good to go. You can move on. And they will move on too. Just as easy as they came. They'll leave once you learn and see what you need to see. So that's that. I hope I explained that to where you guys can understand that. We're dealing with individuals that come to antagonize, and their purpose is to get on your damn nerves. That is their purpose. So you just need to see what it is that you need to see. Learn it, heal it, so that they can move on and leave you the hell alone. Just simply that. So that's the North and South Node breakdown real quick, briefly. I did go into a little bit more depth yesterday about it, and it's titled Navigating from Your South Node to Your North Node, I believe. But today I want to talk about the axis of destiny. So let me go ahead and get into it. So in Vedic and Western astrology, the axis of destiny refers to the celestial line formed by the North Node and the South Node. Unlike planets, these nodes are not physical bodies, but mathematical points where the moon's orbit intersects the Earth's orbit plane around the sun. So I'm going to briefly talk about the South and North nodes again. So the South Node, which deals with your past and where you are comfortable. It represents your past life experiences, natural talents, and genetic baggage. It is the behavior you default to on autopilot. That's the South Node. So the North Node, again, we're talking about your future, your purpose, the reason why you were brought here. It represents your ultimate soul mission and growth, direction, and karmic path for your current lifetime. Again, karmic is not always a negative thing. There's good and bad karma, okay? Just wanted to clear that up. The axis. Because these points are always exactly 180 degrees apart in a birth chart, they create an axis, balancing the energy between what is comfortable, known as the South Node, and what needs to be mastered, known as the North Node. Is considered the ultimate blueprint for fulfilling one's destiny. Together, they function as your birth chart's ultimate karmic compass, outlining the tension between who you were in the past lives and who your soul is evolving to become in this lifetime. Alright, let's get a little bit more into the axis of destiny. The core lesson of the axis. Okay, so the goal of the axis of destiny is integration, not elimination. Astrology teaches that you shouldn't entirely abandon your South Node strengths. Instead, you are meant to use the mastered gifts of your South Node as a secure foundation to boldly launch yourself into the growth lessons of your North Node. Let's get into these major cosmic milestones because I thought this was really interesting. So, nodal. Let's talk about the nodal returns. This apparently occurs between the ages of 18 to 19, roughly the age of 37, roughly the age of 56, and roughly the age of 74. Every 18.6 years, the nodes return to the exact placement they held at your birth. These act as massive cosmic course corrections, often triggering fateful events or sudden career and relationship shifts to push you onto your true path. Nodal reverses. This occurs roughly around the age of 27. Around the age of 27, the transitioning node flip opposite to your natal nodes. This often brings a sliding door moment of maturity, forcing you to break away from old autopilot behaviors. And I can concur with this because at the age of, I want to say 26 or 27, my life got turned the fuck upside down. So I can agree with this. I had some heavy reverses at this point in time. Alright, so I'm going to continue with the eclipse connection. Again, we're still talking about the axis of destiny, okay, and the core lessons of the axis. So the eclipse connection. Eclipses only occur when a full or new moon happens near this axis. This is why eclipse season, which happens twice a year, are notorious for ushering in sudden endings, unexpected beginnings, and highly fated life shakeups. And so you guys may notice during like full moon and new moon eclipses, like new beginnings happening, unexpected shifts, things being eclipsed out, which essentially is just being cleared out of your energy, out of your life, removed out of your life. It could be suddenly, abruptly, against your will, or or not. It just a lot of times it's going to be against your will. A lot of times it's going to be, because it's for your greater good, it's going to be against your will. So you're not going to like it, no matter how much you may have wanted to hold on to it. What's got to go, it's got to go. Because we're talking about your higher calling and purpose here. And for those of you like myself, you've accepted your higher calling and purpose. And you decided you wanted to complete your soul contract in this lifetime. You're just going to learn how to go with the flow and let things fall away. No matter how much you may have adored it, no matter how much you may have thought you could see a future with it, whatever has to go, it has to go. And so my best advice to those of you that are clinging on to things that you know need to leave, let it fall out of your life. And then once you do that, you will see immediately, I promise, like it seems like immediately, a positive shift take place, and things will come into your life that were so much better than what you were clinging and holding on to, whether it be property, in whatever form that may be, a person, a job opportunity, a career, money, whatever, what will come after that is going to be so much better. And as you shed the old version of yourself, you are going to love the new version of yourself, because the new version of yourself is going to allow you to be able to flow, allow you to not be able to stress so easily and be in this anxious energy where you don't know if you're coming or going, and it won't allow you to be comfortable in survival mode. I mean, this new version, when it takes over, because I'm in the process too, so I've not fully became the new version of myself that I am in the process of becoming. but I feel her like literally around the corner. I feel her around the corner. She's so close. And you know, the closer she gets to taking over, I just feel this serious shift. Like, I just feel the stress leaving. I feel the anxiety alleviating more and more. I just feel this flow, like this peace just taking over. This peace that I've never known before. It's like a love I've never known. And, you know, I just can't wait for it to take over fully and completely. I don't know how many, 525 as I'm saying this, I don't know how many of you are feeling this shift. For those of you that have decided to let the new version take over. But I mean, it is just absolutely amazing. I can't explain it. Amazing is just not even a good enough word. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about the Axis of Destiny. I thought that was really good information. It may not be in depth as much as you all would like. I do want to go in depth more. I will go more in depth about the North and the South nodes. Again, I will be incorporating that heavily into the future work that I will be doing. So I just want to start talking about these things now, as they relate to what many of us are experiencing collectively. But I hope that you guys are having a good day or night, depending on where you are. Every day seems to be getting better for me. Still a struggle, but I'm getting through it. I'm going to go ahead and eat, guys, and I do have some work to do. But I hope you have a good rest of your day and night, like I said before. And if not, that tomorrow will be better. Next week will be better. Next month will be better. Next year will be better. But I hope that you all are taking steps to get to a much better place in your life. And that you are being patient with yourselves as you are going through your healing journey. Alright, guys. So I will see you guys next time. Hopefully on Wednesday. I'm feeling up to it. To get on here and educate you guys some more about the things that we are needing to know as we are transitioning from our south nodes to our north nodes. I'm wanting to actually make this a focus along with healing, and I will focus on healing too, and the things that, you know, can tend to come up during our individual healing journeys, and then some of the things that are coming up for me on my individual healing journey, as it has been very tough, but I'm still here. I am still here, still waking up every day, still moving forward on my journey, on my path. Alright, guys, love, peace, and grace. I'll see you guys next time.